Welcome to our Talks About Blood. I'm Meek Nomicon, and it's time to sink your teeth. Pathetic. Sorry? I pity you. That's all. Oh, thanks. I fidget, embarrassed that I would let something so honest slip out. I feel very vulnerable and sheepish, laying flat out on the ground as I look up at her. The poorly lit alley makes it hard to see much, but one thing is clear. She's not happy. I obviously haven't said the right thing. What is the right thing in this situation? In a certain light, she could be considered the rude one. But I am in a weird spot, of course, so maybe it's my fault. She's looking at me expecting something more. I'm used to that. I don't feel like we should be the one feeling awkward. I mean, she did arrive calling us pathetic. I feel like I deserve an apology. Sorry. Why? My eyes have closed out of embarrassment, but I can hear the sound of arms folding. Wrong again. Sorry? What are you even apologizing for? Thoughts bubble up to the surface, and I can't figure out which one she wants to hear. Oh yeah, we have a lot of thoughts. Well, clearly I have done something to upset you. I'm sorry for everything. Is that what I want to say? That seems kind of a pessimistic response. Am I in the way? I'm in the way. Oh, do you know what? You're being kind of rude. Maybe that's what we should say. What? We have two separate responses. Either we're just apologizing for our mere existence, or we're having a go at her for being rude. You know what? Shall we just... I can't decide which way I want to go. Do I want to apologize for everything, or refuse to apologize for anything? You know what? I have nothing to apologize for. All I'm doing is lying on the grimy floor in an alleyway. I have done nothing wrong. Oh, I think I just ate my answer. I don't have anything to apologize for. Someone has claws. She cracks a grin now. My throat goes dry. She seems pleased as she hovers over me, now content to stay over me. Oh, she liked that answer, surprisingly. I'm guessing if I said I apologize for everything then, that would have displeased her. And yet, I feel like I've done something wrong. I still couldn't say what, but I need to correct it. So, she sends me with a sharp look that cuts me off. A thing like you shouldn't be getting caught up in a place like this. Haven't you heard the rumors from friends? She gives me an appraising look before correcting her mistake. A thing like you shouldn't be getting caught out in a place like this. Haven't you heard the rumors from strangers? Ouch! I mean, potentially true, but you didn't have to call me out like that. Rumors? I play dumb. I'm very good at it. They say a vampire stalks this area. I believe it. The question is that vampire you or me? Based on the way I ate my answer, I'd wager it's me. That's ridiculous. I know. A bit cliché, isn't it? Tall, dark and spooky, lurking to catch unsuspecting young women unawares and bleed them dry of their will to live. The bile in my stomach bubbles and wants to be free. Against my better judgment, I want to get closer for a better look at this woman. The glee on her face makes me uneasy, as she describes the plight of women being targeted by a monster. A disgusting creature that can ruin their lives with a swift single action. I clench my fists, making sure she can't see as I dig my nails into my palms. Oh, I'm definitely the vampire. Of course there's no blood. Unperturbed, she laughs to herself. Her chest and shoulders static, so oddly still as the sound flees from her mouth. She's not even trying to project the noise, though it cuts through my thoughts. So obvious. they'd get found out too easily. It wouldn't make any sense. Unless... Unless... What? Maybe the vampire doesn't want to catch prey. What kind of vampire would want that? That's what I want to know. Her pupils bore into mine. My mouth flaps like a fish. Have I been hooked? I close my mouth so I can swallow. I can't swallow. I open my mouth. She pulls words out of me, no matter how tight. I try to hold them. Indulge me. What kind of vampire doesn't want prey? Maybe a vegetarian vampire? Meek, would they really be trying to be good? I mean, good is very relative on the situation. I mean, a good vampire is probably the one that attracts victims and kills them and takes their blood, right? So they're being good to their own morals. And all vampires don't need blood, so I presume they do want prey. Oh, maybe I'm just a romantic fool, is that what I am? I won't really say it's ambitious, unless we're trying to come up with an alternative to human blood. I could be full of regret. Oh, a stupid one, that's what they would be. Am I a stupid monster? Say it. A stupid one. Interesting. You've given it some thought then. It's not a question, even a rhetorical one. It's an accusation. The well-rehearsed excuse sticking out like a sore thumb. That's just off the top of my head. Fascinating. Whatever thoughts might spill out of that pretty little head of yours. If someone cracked it open. She doesn't ask permission before she pats my head and tilts my chin, forcing me to make eye contact. Are we sure I'm really the predator here? I mean, she seems so much more dangerous than I am, and I'm pretty convinced I'm the vampire. My head swims. Something about her makes me feel looser, less controlled. Firmly constructed walls melting as her hand pats my cheek. You just called me pretty? Oh, every single thought we have is about her calling us pretty. We're kind of just fixated on that, aren't we? You called me pretty. Did you wait, how? Oh, we got a lot of answers. Now, do we want to talk about pretty or seducing? Oh, we got two of the same ones. Oh, you're trying to seduce me? You know what, since I've seen it twice, are you trying to seduce me? I don't think that's what you should be focusing on right here, sweetie. Sweetie? I have you cornered in a dark alley. You're at my mercy. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. You're all mine. Doesn't that just get your heart racing? My throat runs dry. My chest is still. She stands waiting, unsurprised when I say nothing. The only sound at all I hear is her heartbeat. Who wants to break the news to her that my heart is dead and beats for no one? A steady rhythm so close to me. How does she sound confident in her heartbeat? Could I have that? Just rip it out of her and take it. Who are you? That seems like a very important question. I mean, I'm assuming you know who I am. Who are you? You first. She stares. I swallow. You know what I am. She just smiles. I feel foolish for ever doubting it. So, why aren't you scared? Those fangs are adorable. I love how they stick out. They make it clear exactly what you are. No hiding. She runs one hand through my hair, chuckling as a shudder runs through me. Her other hand cupping my chin as a thumb brushes over my lips. Over my fang. Well, that seems very invasive. Don't you know the fangs are private? I lean in closer so she doesn't have to stretch and reach me. The fang presses against the tip of her finger. I can feel the warmth in her hand as blood pulses through the tip. My fang pushes against her smooth, untouched skin. Well, this is a little bit bad, but, we could just take a little bit of a taste, right? I mean, she did basically stick her finger in my mouth. And it's been a while since I've had a drink, apparently. Oh, okay, that could be the issue. We might not stop. Oh, would she even stop me? That is a good question. I can already taste how delicious she is. You know what? Would she stop me? What are you thinking? She grips my hair, yanks me forward. Air escapes me in a whine. Her fist stays firm. Oh, clearly she's in control here. What are you really thinking? Oh, well, I was actually thinking about a bite. Just a taste. I just need a taste. Just a taste will be enough. And not too much. Well. Was that so hard? Yes. I can't catch my mouth before it decides to be honest, but she smiles. I can tell. I'm impressed. Thank you? That seems like the only thing we can really respond with. Do you know, we don't really need to talk about her low standards in this situation, or her death wish. Let's just say thank you. Thank you. Aren't you a lucky monster? She replies, not answering my questioning look. I shake, my body betraying me as it insists on seeing her as food, as a target. I don't understand. She won't run. She won't let me slink away. Why is she making me do this? Why won't she let me not do this? What do you want? The bluntness delights her. You! Huh? What was that now? I mean, there's probably a bad situation or a bad thing for you to want. Do you want to go be a vampire bride? Is that the situation you want to be in? Maybe she's a vampire hunter. Is that really what's going on now? You know what? Huh? Seems to me like the logical response here. Huh? No. You need to get away from me. She leans back, her eyes closed. She chuckles, charmed and charming. So much of her soft, smooth neck is exposed in that moment. Oh, she definitely did that on purpose. I almost ignore her response. I'm tired of monsters who pretend to be men. So come on. I look at her as she stands stubborn and even offers me her hand, her wrist. Her eyes flash, and I realize she has read me. You can barely stand up straight. When's the last time you ate? I avert her gaze, worrying about how thoroughly she can read me. As if she'd need to see my eyes for that. I tried to eat tonight, but with the shortages, patients needed the blood. She grabs the side of my ribs and effortlessly pulls me close. I can feel her breath. My mouth goes dry, and she leans in to whisper her real question in my ear. How long since you feasted? Ah, well, that changes things a lot. I mean, apparently I'm just relying on blood packs from the hospital. I mean, I had a blood pack 2 weeks ago. I don't think that counts as what you mean, though. I mean, it's been long enough. Oh, maybe far too long. That seems like a true answer. Oh! Do you know what? Apparently it's very specific. And I'm gonna guess the fact that he didn't survive is probably a reason why we've changed to food packs. You know what? Let's be honest about it. It was 23 months ago. I just stare at her. I can see she already knows the words she wants to use. Feast on me. I'll be so very real. You do have a death wish, don't you? I feel like in a space of 23 months, I should eat a blood pact first. You live like this? I'd be more embarrassed if she hadn't half forced me to show her this place. It's not a home, it's just the hole I return to. And, I guess, a reading nook when I need some quiet. She shuffles around the bed, letting me lean on her shoulder. I could barely stand, let alone walk from the alley, until she hoisted me. She's walking around, appraising the place as if it's given to entertain guests. A display of what I think will make people feel welcome. I've never had to welcome anyone here before. Wait, I never intended to welcome her either. I'm undead. I don't live. You could. Other vampires do. Oh. How many vampires do you know? Wait, yeah, that's actually a question. Do you know other vampires? Do you really know vampires? Oh, I forgot. You're not like other vampires, right? There's so much sarcasm and mockery dripping from her words. She almost manages to hide her genuine curiosity. Wait, no, I'm being serious here. Do you actually know other vampires? That's what you want, isn't it? Not just an inhuman monster, but a unique one. She does a polite chuckle in the rudest manner possible. Unique monsters are a dime a dozen. I have acquired tastes. Oh, I think no matter what we say, we're gonna ask if she's a pervert. So, you're a pervert? We have to say it. It gave me 3 different options for the same statement. So, you're a pervert then? Hopeless at pickup lines. You're lucky I like that. I don't know if I should be indignant or mortified. Instead, I'm flattered. Seriously, why are you here? I like you. You don't know me. Of course I do. You're oh so very easy to know. Then what's my favorite color? Where did I go to school? What's my mum's name? I don't care about those details. That's what I'd need to commit identity theft. I'm not here to take anything from you. Give me one thing you like about me. Those open eyes. My pupils dilate. My eyelids close. My mind panics. My hollow teeth ache. My mouth lies. I don't know what you mean. Even your lines are painfully honest. But I can handle a little pain. I hear the creak of my mattress springs. Opening my eyes, I find her climbing onto my bed. Crawling over to the stack of books over the bed. Her eyes scanning the titles and nodding, like she already knew what she'd find. She sees I reopen my eyes, and the placid curiosity on her face changes back to the same grin. Not used to having a girl in your bed. Not used to someone jumping into it. Can't figure out what your game is. She blinks. Some of the playfulness in her face softens. You really can't believe it, that I truly want it. Can you blame me? Then let me prove it. I'm right here. Don't pretend you don't know what I want. Tell me what you know it is. That's the first step. Say it. Well, you do want to give me your blood, but I think you want to become food. So, is it more that you want to bleed, or that you want me to bite you? Which is the more important factor here? I think you want me to bite you. You want me to bite you? Good. That's step 1. Now, do you really believe it? Her eyes are guarded. For all her talk, she's hiding plenty of herself. Daring me to delve deeper, figure her out. It's because I can tell the ways she is lying that I can confidently say, I do believe it. Good little monster. Now answer the real question. What I want? Let's face it, I do want to bite you at this point. I want your blood. Wait, we'll spawn down here. I want to bite. Shall we be a little bit more romantic about it? Shall we say I want to feed off of you? I mean, is that romantic? I suppose it's more romantic than saying I want you to bleed. Wait, no. I want to bite you. Oh, I want you to bleed? Okay, I think all I'm doing is picking the wrong answers. I want to feed. What is it? I want you. Is that the one we want? No, I want food. Jesus Christ, which one is it we want? Maybe it's I want to take your blood. No, it is not. I want blood. I want to bite. Oh, it's because we want everything. I want to feed. I want you. I want food. I want to take your blood. I want blood. I want to bite. Well, I'm right here. I climb onto the bed next to her. Her eyes flash, not fully able to hide her excitement, her nervousness. For all her pushiness, her bluster, her smile, I can hear her heart going a mile a minute. Anxious, afraid, animated. I bare my teeth. Her heart skips. We'll never get anywhere at this rate. She laughs, closing her eyes to hide them. She rolls me onto my back so she can hover above me. Come on, we haven't got all day. Do it. I hold her close, and she's hot. Her skin full of life, vigor, and desire. I want it. I should say something. Maybe make a signal for her if she needs me to stop. I bring my face close, and she reopens her eyes. That look says enough. I don't need words. She's put her life into my hands. It's nerve-wracking. But I didn't expect it to be exciting. I squeeze her tighter, holding her firm in place. She loses a surprised breath, and then she turns to look away. No, not looking away. Offering her neck. I kiss it gently. She laughs, full of nervous energy. Do you always play with your food before you... Ah! My teeth brush her neck, seeking out the vein. I need to make sure not to catch her artery, but it's easy to distinguish the two. A vein is slower, steadier. I feel her gentle thrum of it as my fangs catch onto it. She's quiet as the teeth test her skin. Just a gentle nudge at first to feel the vein respond. I feel her hand clutch the bed. I reach for it, bringing it in onto my hip instead. I want to feel her reactions directly. The two bone tips push into her skin, slowly pushing in more and more until I pierce her. In that moment of contact, I forget her. No, all I'm thinking about is her. Her neck, her blood, her warmth, her body over mine. You know, since we've not fed in so long, this seems really dangerous. And I get the bad feeling we're gonna bleed her dry. I tap into a vessel that connects through her entire body, and I feel her rhythm. Her neck tenses, her thigh wobbles, and her hand on my hip goes slack. I feel her on my skin, and I feel the flow of her own body through her limbs. It's so very tempting to take her apart entirely and see how each vessel flows into another. Instead, I pull away my teeth and see the ruby red gold popping out of her 2 round puncture marks. She exhales, and I wonder if she thinks it's already over. I feel her shaking and direct her to rest her body down on me as I clamp my mouth around the wounds, my lips and tongue massaging to encourage her offering. Her blood flows, becomes my blood. Each drop I lap up is savoured, not out of deference to her, but because it's so very delicious. You know, when I was like tiny, And I heard about vampires and how they drank blood and pierced and bit you with teeth. For some reason, I assumed their teeth acted like straws, and they literally drank through the teeth. But no, it makes so much more sense for them just to bite and then drink the blood normally. I want to point out that it's been a lot of years since I thought that, but you know, actually, I take it back. It would be amazing to have a vampire that literally drank through the teeth. The metallic tang makes my teeth hurt, with the thought of puncturing that artery and drowning in her. How beautiful and overwhelming it would be. It wouldn't necessarily kill her. Proper medical attention could make it safe. I dispelled the thought. This is feast enough for today. For this whole month. The true hunger has hit me, because I feel my body waking up. The half-remembered drowsiness dissipates. I knew my body was starved, but the difference is staggering. It's laughable to think she had to walk me home. Now, I could carry her with one arm. I feel her hand tighten, and I pull my mouth away. Everything all right? Yes, she answers quiet and small. I turn her face to me, but she looks healthy. Her eyes are watering. I cup her cheeks, and she looks away. I'm sorry. Are you all right? She buries her head into my neck, and I can't make out the muffled sound before her answer. Definitely not all right, but not because of anything you did. I just feel a little light. I like it. Do you need me to take you home? I'm not going back there. I take the hint, not wanting to pry into that sore spot. But I watch her more carefully, worried about her regret. The romantic idea of it all suddenly clashing with the reality of being used as food. She sits up carefully. I can tell she's stable, but I follow suit and pull her against me. She lets me take her weight. I'm getting blood everywhere. Do you have a special way to stop that? I have gauze. I lean over, reaching into my bedside shoebox to pull out an open pack of gauze. I lick her wound clean once more before I start wrapping it. You're better prepared than I thought. It's the least I could do. You know. I blush. I realize I can blush again. One hand reaches up and feels my cheek. Hers follow mine. We lapse into silence as I make sure to dress her wound carefully. The flow is slow, but pressure will make sure she doesn't waste any more blood. Eventually, she asks directly into my ear, "How does it taste?" I squeeze her hip, feeling her circulation blowing. God, it's the best. What do you think makes it so dangerous? You? Dangerous? I'd like to see that. Well, I did consider ripping open your artery at one point, so, don't jinx it. Maybe next time we could angle a mirror, just so. I turn her head to face mine, my eyes incredulous. Next time? Of course. A monster's got to eat. She flashes her cheeky grin. Even blooded, she can take the upper hand in an instant. You've claimed me now. There's no getting rid of me. My teeth itch. Well, did she just lead me into starting a relationship with her? I mean, I feel like she's never gonna leave now. Well, I suppose that means I got permanent blood. As long as I don't accidentally rip open the artery. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, please remember to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Other than that, have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.